Well, it was a resounding win for the Jags at home yesterday, pulling them out of their recent 3-for-4 loss slump. Here to tell us how they beat the Chargers is Alessandra Pontbriand, sportscaster at our news partners, News for Jax. Hey, Alessandra.
Hey, yeah, I'm so happy we get to wake up on this Monday morning and talk about a victory and a really good victory too.
A resounding victory. So this team came back from, I guess, what would only be called a really embarrassing loss to the
Oh
Texans
yeah.
last Sunday. And after this game, the coach said that this team had played angry.
Oh yeah, and everyone, all the players said that after in the locker room too, that they were really upset. We'll say they're really upset about their performance last week, and they kind of channeled that, and they used that against the Chargers. The poor Chargers and Justin Herbert had to get the wrath, but you know what? Who cares? It's the NFL. Yeah, so the Jaguars, they beat the Chargers 35-6. I would say this was the first complete game. Liam Cohen all season has been saying we haven't had that complete game where it's 4 quarters of great football.
Mm.
And you could definitely say that this game was absolutely that. And Trevor Lawrence said after the game, he said, quote, "I think guys understood how important this game was as far as just our team and where we're at. It's a game you got to win. You're playing a good AFC team. Getting into November, later in the season, you start to look at your schedule and the games, and you're starting to run out of opportunities." And I think what he was basically kind of alluding to is what, everyone's now talking about is the playoffs. With this win, they have a 54% chance to make it into the playoffs. If they lost, thankfully they didn't, but if they lost, it was only about a 24%
Oh.
chance. So this is a really big win. It was a must win for them against a really good AFC team. I mean, the Chargers were coming in, they were 7-3.
Well, yeah, I mean, this was not a sure thing. And I think
No.
last week, you were like,
I didn't listen. I thought the Chargers were going to win, and the Jaguars had 15 injured players on their injury report. They had 4 starters out, including Travis Hunter. You'd have 5 starters out. So I
and
just didn't
he's gone
think
for the season now, huh?
right, and he's gone for the season, and so I just did not think that they were going to be able to, match the Chargers. And obviously, I was wrong, and I'm happy I'm wrong, because we had to talk about a victory. But I think the best part is that the special teams players had a great game. They got to sit and relax, watch the game. There were no punts nor field
No
goals.
punts. That's been
No,
like their whole thing.
I know. It's pretty remarkable. No punts, no field goals. And, the running backs had a huge, huge game. Travis Etienne, 19 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Bashal Tootin had his best game, 15 carries, 74 yards,
And a cute
1
moment
touchdown.
not Travis, the quarterback,
Trevor?
Trevor.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
cute moment
yes.
with Trevor.
Trevor?
Yeah.
Yes. No, Bashal Tootin and LaQuinn Allen, the 2 rookie running backs, they're great, great guys.
Mhm.
So nice and really, really good. And you can see just how dominating they are, especially like they're like a Mack truck if you're trying to tackle them. And you can see that in the game. They're really, really good. Trevor Lawrence, his stats were 14 of 22, 153 yards, and 1 touchdown and 1 interception. But you know what? They won. So you don't really have to worry about that interception. Of course, it should have happened, but they won. So that's all that matters.
And he wasn't getting manhandled too much. So
No, and he was efficient, which was key. Except for that interception, he was pretty efficient. But the defense was absolutely lights out. The Chargers only totaled 81 passing yards and 54 rush yards. So that's total just 135 yards over 4 quarters. I mean, they could not do absolutely anything. The Jaguars pass rush was evident. We've all talked about this all season. Where's Josh Hines Allen? Where's Trayvon Walker? You saw them obviously in the game, and Josh Hines Allen became the franchise sack leader. So, which is such an awesome moment for him. After the game, he was really appreciative that he got that, and he had to be in the record books. And
his 56th career sack, was that what
yeah,
that
he
was? Yeah.
just beat Tony Bracken's record.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, this is really big for him. He was really appreciative, and I think he kind of said it after the game. Now it's kind of like a sigh of relief. Okay, we got it. Everyone's been talking about when are you going to get this sack
Yeah.
record? When are you going to get? Now he finally got it. Now he just gets to add to it,
Right.
and make his legacy here even more remarkable.
But they're, injuries still piling up. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
so what does that portend going forward?
Hopefully Brian Thomas Jr. can come back. This is the second game of his career that he's missed. Hopefully Hunter Long can come back, but Brenton Strage is he was put onto they opened his 21-day window, so he didn't play this week, and I didn't expect him to play because he just returned to practice this week. Hopefully, maybe against the Cardinals. If not, in 2 weeks he can return, but he has to play within that 21-day window, or he'll be out for the rest of the season. So I would assume Brenton Strange probably will be back this week, which would be a huge help for that offense. He is really, really good, not just as like a pass catching tight end, but also blocking. Everyone raves about him as like one of the best blockers on the team. And then hopefully Jordan Lewis can come back. He's the veteran back there in the secondary. Jarian Jones played really well yesterday, but Jordan Lewis is a veteran, I think 10-year veteran. He's really, really good at commanding kind of the secondary. So hopefully he can return as well.
All right. Well, we will be following next week the Jags against the Cardinals in Arizona.
Mhm.
Alessandra Pontbriand, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, guys.